Hi, Fall 2023 College and Career Success Skills online course. This is Dr. Linda Remark. I am your instructor for this 16-week online section. I always like to start off my semester with a welcome video so that you can hear my voice, you can watch the navigation of the course, and just know what you're kind of going to be doing for the next 16 weeks. So if you are watching this video from a link in the welcome email I sent and you have not taken the orientation yet, please make sure that you take your Succeeding Online Orientation. You won't even be able to see the course until you do that. So when you log into Blackboard and you try to access your online courses, it will stop you if you've not taken in your orientation yet. It's a 6-module orientation to Blackboard that walks you through how to use Blackboard in general. My video here is going to be a little bit more specific to our course. Now, if you're watching this because it's embedded inside our course, then you're good to go. You accessed our course just fine. So when our course opens on Monday, August 28th, that is when you're going to be able to have access to everything. When you get in, the first thing you're going to see in the Start Here section, and you're probably going to use the Start Here section the first couple weeks more than you will later on in the semester. So I'm just going to kind of walk you through some of these pieces. Right here is your course overview. It just kind of gives you like what the point of the course is, I guess. Underneath here, this is where this video is going to be housed. This is from my spring section, so I will take this out, and right here is where this video will be. Here is a quick instructor welcome. So this is just a little bit of info about me. When you click on this, you'll get to read, I have been here at the college for 15 years. I teach this class and a lot of different face-to-face classes and online classes at the college. I have 3 kids, so I know, with that work, life, kid, all those responsibility balance, one of my kids is a teenager now. And so I totally get, we're busy, there's things going on. So there's just a little bit about myself if you'd like to read kind of my background. Also in this section is our syllabus. I'm going to pull this up for you, and I'm going to recommend that you print it off, or at the very least print the calendar off at the bottom. I just feel like sometimes it's helpful to have like a hard copy whenever you're taking an online class. You can have that physical thing to kind of manipulate and work with. So this is just a real general master syllabus. This is a 3-credit-hour course. Here's the course description you would have seen when you maybe signed up for the course or talked to your advisor. This meets all 6 learning outcomes of the college. Here are the course objectives. So basically like the nitty-gritties, the things that you should be able to do, know, or understand, or improve upon by the end of our course. Here are some Sark State policies. You can see it'll tell you where you can reference some very specific policies inside our policies and procedures manual. If you have a learning accommodation needed, so maybe you are an IEP or a 504 or anything that you just need a little bit more academic assistance, the disability support service on our campus is amazing. They will work with you. So there's contact information there. Here's some policies on computer uses, and then some student success resources. And over here on our Sark State College homepage, I always like to point this out under info for current students. Here are a lot of our resources, and I really like this. It's interactive. So let's say you need to know more about, okay, where is this digital library? I know we have a library, so I can click there and it's going to lead me to another site just for the digital library. If I have computer use issues, Computer Bear Basics, here's where I could go to contact someone for help there. If I want to get involved in a club. So this is a nice reference for not only new students, but if you've been here for several years, it's a great place to look for those. And part of the course job throughout the next 16 weeks is some of those will be highlighted. So whether it's inside a weekly folder or I send out a quick, hey, do you need help with this? Like I might send those out. So that's part of the job of this course. All right, this is more specific to our class. So again, we're in College and Career Success. It's 3 credit hours. There are 3 sections of you in here, which means there are anywhere from, depending on, once enrollment gets settled, 60 to 75 of you inside this online course because it's 3 courses merged into one. So that's why you're going to see a lot of different names and things going on. This is entirely online, meaning we do not have to all log in on the same time. We do not have to come to campus. There are weekly due dates, but in terms of face-to-face meetings or anything like that, it's completely on your time throughout the week. Again, my name is Dr. Remark. Here are the times I am on campus in my office. I'm usually there more than that, but those are the times where I'm on campus. I'm an E244. There's my extension of my email. I'm also, because obviously you're online, if you need to set up like a Zoom or a phone call, I'm totally open to that. I am home in the evenings, usually after 8 o'clock. I said I have 3 kids. They are all over the place with their 500 activities. However, I know that I'm on the computer late at night, typically working, grading, and I know a lot of my students are as well. So if you need to set up like a Zoom, even if it's like 8:30, 9 o'clock, that's okay. All right, so we do have a textbook. It's online and it's free. It's an open access, and I will show you that here shortly. Here are some just general ways you're going to be assessed in our class. So you're going to have like assignments or quizzes or, different chapter activities. There we go. Related to each chapter. You're going to submit everything in Blackboard or email attachment. So I'm not super picky. I definitely prefer Blackboard because I will grade it right in there. But if there's like an issue for whatever reason, it's not letting you upload something like that. If you need to email me something in attachment, that's okay. Here is each chapter, as well as the introductory area, has a discussion prompt that you'll need to respond. That's how I take attendance most weeks. There are some weeks where there's no discussion form, but this is how attendance is taken most weeks. You have a discussion prompt. Your original response, meaning your original how you would respond to that, is 150 words or more. So the reason there's a word limit on it is because in your college comp classes or your effective speaking classes, you're going to have like page limits and page maximums and minimums. So you have to kind of get used to working within that. And honestly, 150 words is about a paragraph. It's not terribly long. You can type them in Microsoft Word and then copy and paste them over, or Blackboard does keep track of it for you. And then you're going to respond to classmates in every forum. That's kind of how we get that interaction in our online classroom. For attendance purposes, you're going to have to respond by Wednesdays. And then for just regular assignment points, you're going to have to respond to 2 classmates by Sundays. So keep in mind that it's used for attendance, but let's say for whatever reason you forget a Wednesday attendance. You might get docked on attendance points, but let's say you post on Friday, you can still get full assignment points. So you might get late attendance, but you can still get full assignment. So please don't think because you missed the attendance deadline, you shouldn't post at all. So in a 16-week course, we're going to do approximately 1 chapter a week. There are some weeks where we're doing something else, but there's 12 chapters. So you can see there's 16 weeks. So you can see like it works out to close to that. You'll have quizzes in every chapter, and a quiz is just an essay. It's a short answer essay type, about 2 to 5 complete sentences. So more of a short answer. And usually what I'm looking for, and I will go over every time we have a quiz, is how you would respond using maybe evidence from the textbook as well as your personal examples. There's a career services assignment we'll talk about when we get there, and then there's a breakdown of points right here. So I encourage you to kind of take a look at the breakdown of points. Attendance is an online class, so you want to make sure that you're getting on and responding in time. If you're on time with your attendance, 100%. If you're late, it's 50. Obviously, if you don't post at all, it's 0. On the weeks where there's no discussion forum, and that happens a few times, as long as you turn your work in by Sunday, you get 100% attendance. Now, if there's 2 assignments and you only turn in 1, it gets you half attendance points. Okay. Every week opens on a Monday morning and it closes on a Sunday evening. So you want to make sure that you are getting things done in that time frame. Here are some just information about withdrawal. We are in a 16-week course, so you have until November 20th for any 16-week course to get that class off your schedule if something happens, if you can't continue taking that class. All right, and then here, this is what I alluded to earlier, the calendar. I recommend just printing this out. So you have, I've broken it down by week, and then, what we're doing every week. And then over here is a breakdown. It tells you like how many points each thing is worth. And then in the red is if you have a discussion forum that you need to post by Wednesday. And then in the black is just saying, hey, everything else is due Sunday. So there is our outline of our weekly assignments. And you can see we are done on a Friday in December. I know that seems like so far away, but just planting that little nugget in your head now. All right, so that is your syllabus. So if we go back to the Start Here section, the rest of the information in here, you can see it's just kind of information that's going to help you. Here's a link to your textbook. I'm going to show you your textbook here in a few minutes. There's also a link inside each weekly folder. Here are some just helpful resources, how to save PDF files, a Blackboard student resources, different expectations. So as you can see, like a lot of these, as I said, you might use the first couple weeks and then you might kind of see yourself not needing them as often. Now, the lessons area, this is where you're probably going to spend most of your time. You can see on my screen, some of these are faded, which means you won't see them on your end. Some of them are just instructor resources. Some of them I just need to make sure that they are ready to go for fall versus what they were in there for spring. But here is a muddy point. This means, and I'm going to show you how to post in here because this is how you post in all of the forums. So this means, let's say you have a question, and this question anyone can answer. So this is kind of like if you were sitting in class and had a question that was directed maybe toward peers or your teacher. I can respond or a student can respond. What you don't want to post in here is something like very personal, like, why did I get this grade on this assignment? For that, you're going to message me individually. But here's how you post in a discussion forum. And this would be in your orientation as well, but I just want to make sure you're comfortable with it here. When you go inside the forum, you just go to create thread. And you're going to see that the prompt is going to reappear right here. That is so that you are responding originally to your own for your own thoughts before you see everyone else's response. You're going to go ahead and put your subject, whatever it is, maybe it's chapter 1 discussion or week 1 discussion. And then down here, you're going to, type your response here. And then when you're done, you're just going to hit submit. When you go to respond to a classmate, after you respond to your own prompt, then you'll start seeing a list of what everyone else has placed in that forum. So to check other people's, you just click on the name of their thread. And then if you want to respond, your 2 responses that are due on Sundays, you just hit reply and type right there. So it's pretty straightforward. And I'll show you that the first 2 times, maybe we have a discussion forum for assignment purposes. So that's the muddy point. That's if you have questions throughout all the semester. It's going to be there all semester. Here's your textbook. So here is your free online text. You just click it here. Every weekly folder will have a link to its own individual chapter, but I like this textbook. It is pretty user-friendly. It's helpful. Over here, you can kind of expand it as needed. Here's your table of contents. So if you need to go straight to a different chapter real quick, you could do so. It's navigation simple. You just basically scroll down, scroll through, hit next, or if you needed to look for something specific, you could do a keyword search. So, and that's pretty much it to the textbook. It's really nice to get through. Now, much like every textbook, not every word in here is going to be pertinent to you. So what I like to encourage when I go through these chapters is for you to look at the table of contents and really look to see, what do you need? What could you benefit from? We're being honest. Some of you are still in high school. Some of you've been to college once, you're coming back again. Some of you have kids at home. Some of you have grandkids at home. We're all in very different places in our lives. And so not everything is going to hit right where you are right now on your college path. So that's why I think it's really important to just kind of look to see what is helpful for you. What is going to be a benefit? What do you need to learn more about? Underneath that, this is a workshop video. The workshops are not uploaded for the semester quite yet. When they are, you're going to see a video here that's going to talk to you about the student services assignment. It's not due until the end of week 16, but I do want to let you know, and I will walk you through everything right here in this video, how to find the list of workshops. Every student enrolled in this class has to take a workshop. Now, a lot of them are on Zoom, so you don't even have to come to campus for it. Now, if you do come to campus for other reasons, there are on-campus workshops. They're about an hour long, and they have a range of different, topics and interests. So between now and week 16, which is, in December, you need to take one workshop. And so I will upload my workshop video as soon as that list of workshops is updated in MyStarkState, so I can talk to you about, how to go through that process. But this is also one of those things I just want you to have in the back of your head, hey, I have to attend a workshop before December to be able to get these points for this class. The rest of this area you can see is broken down by week. They're all going to look very similar. You're going to have a folder for just the videos. Inside this folder, you're going to see a lecture video, which goes over the content. So in week 1, the lecture video is very quick and simple. So let me go on one where it actually starts into the chapter. You'll have a chapter lecture. You can see in this one, chapter 1 lecture, and then underneath it, week 2 assignments. So I have it broken down by the chapter and then the assignments, so it's real easy for you. And then the actual week itself, you'll go in, it's going to say, hey, this is what we're doing this week. Here are the assignments this week. Anything you need to help complete the assignments will be in the materials folder for that week. Anything that you need to actually do to turn in for points is in the assignment area. Okay? And then I will break this down further in the actual like week 1 video, but I just like to show you now. So that's the rest of the lessons folder. These other tabs over here, there's a course messages. I like to send things. So anytime there's an announcement, and I will send announcements about 3 or 4 times a week, honestly, just to kind of make sure and keep checking in with you. Anything I send as an announcement, so you can see this here. This was from just in the spring semester. You have right here, I will copy this and put it into a course message. So you're getting it 2 ways. In a course message, you can always go to create message, click the 2, find my name, which is close to the top there. I haven't merged the classes yet, so that's why you can see this one is kind of small still. Click my name, move it over, and then type your subject and your body right there. And then again, I can communicate with you. And usually what I do is after you finish every week, I send a quick message saying, hey, you're all done with week 1. Great job. That way you know you're on the right track. Course calendar, this is where you would go to see, of course you have your syllabus, but this lets you know like, hey, these are the things that are due this week. So you can look for every month in our course, you can see when things are due. My grades is an area that you have, total access to all the time, so you can see how you're doing. The rest of this down along the side here are different resources linked to our digital library, some other resources, the help desk, things that can help you through your time here on, my Stark State and Blackboard and Stark State in general. Okay, so I hope you all have a great start to the fall semester. The next time that you'll be logging in, hopefully it'll be to watch the, intro, the week 1 videos and get started on the work. If you need anything, always feel free to reach out and I will be talking with you soon.